This video is going to show you how to initially set up a live session with tracks. When you first open Ableton, it opens in Session View, and we want to work in Arrangement View. So click this button in the top right corner to switch to the correct view. It also defaults with 2 MIDI tracks that we don't need, so you can hold Shift and click these 2 tracks and hit the delete key. Now you can go to wherever you've saved your tracks. An easy way to load these is to shift-click and select all the tracks, hold the Command key, and drag them into Ableton. This will put each file into a separate track. I'm going to get rid of this box by clicking here and dragging it down. Now shift-click and select all the tracks, and click this arrow to minimize them. I'm going to click here and drag out the track names so I can see them better. You can hit Command R to rename the tracks. Once you rename it, hit Shift to go to the next track. Then take your click track and guide track and drag it to the top. Then select all of your other tracks and hit Command G to put them in a group. Rename this group to be the name of your song. And you can click this arrow to minimize the group. You can go to the gray area at the top and a magnifying glass appears, then click and drag up to zoom out. Now you can add your next song. Click on a space after the first song to drag in the next one. Drag them to the area below the first song group and it will put them, the new tracks below it. After you've named these, take your click and guide tracks and add them to the other click and guide tracks. You can delete the old locations and group the remaining tracks. Now we need to change the tempos of the grid to match the tempos of the song. Click the arrow on the master track and drag the box up to make it bigger. Now change the second box to say song tempo to display the master tempo. The 2 numbers display what the minimum and maximum parameters are to set the tempo. The only way to set the exact tempo of a song is to change the maximum parameter to the song tempo you want, then drag the tempo line to that parameter. Changing the tempo has made the first song overlap into the second song, so I'll grab the second song and drag it to where I want it. Now that the second song is placed, I need to change the master tempo to match that song. Place breaking points where the first tempo ends and the second tempo begins. Drag the second breaking point down to the bottom so that you can re-enter your maximum tempo parameter to match the next song. Now drag the tempo line to the top to match the new song tempo. and you can change the parameter again to view both of your tempos. Now both songs line up on the grid, so you can easily repeat sections or extend the click, and it will snap to the right spot on the grid. Zoom in and right-click on the timeline at the beginning of a song to add a locator. Rename the locator to match the name of the song. When you've finished adding songs, go to Preferences to set up your outputs. Make sure your audio output device is set to the Scarlett 6i6, and you have to have the interface turned on and connected to the computer for this to work. Then go to the output configuration. Make sure you have 1 mono and 2 mono highlighted, as well as the 3/4 stereo highlighted. This yellow circle at the bottom right is where to turn outputs on and off. Set the first box for all tracks to external output. Then the click is set to 1, guide to 2, and all tracks are on 3 and 4. When you group tracks, you can set the entire group to come out of the same place. Each individual channel is sent to the group, and then the group is sent to the stereo 3/4. Now you have a basic session.